bottom.
We may be 3 wide or 4 wide when we get.
Oh, big hit for Rife, who got tagged by Moffitt. Caution flag is going to come out again after a hard hit for Tyler Rife, who tried to protect the inside on Moffitt, and he slammed into the inside wall. The front end of the Sigma Performance 23 just about gone, except for some of the bodywork that remains. But Tyler Rife took a shot to go up the inside for the race lead. Moffitt was coming with him. The two made contact and heavy impact to the inside wall.
Very fortunate that the 23 of Tyler Rife, as he shot back up into the groove right there, that he didn't get hit by anybody else. A nice job by all of these drivers and spotters to make their drivers aware that that was happening, and we'll hope that he's okay here as he's still sitting in the car right now.
We can see him moving around. Let's see him get out. Trying to get his unbuckled from his Hans device, the head and neck restraint. Second race in a row that this team has suffered a lot of damage. Catherine Legg was doing a really nice job at Daytona, caught up in an accident not of her making.
And that's the good news right there, is seeing Tyler climb out of the car after a hard shot to the inside wall. And unfortunately for Tyler, he caught just the tail end of the wall that protects the exit of the pit area. I think if he would have been a few, I'd say maybe even 100 feet further down the racetrack, he might have avoided a hit of that significance. But he has destroyed the Sigma Performance car after that race got restarted in a big way when Brendan Queen appeared to burp the back tires and kind of check up the field behind them. And like you said, Phil, we were just about 4 wide for the lead.
And we see his displeasure there as the field comes by, and you know, it's certainly frustrating for him. Had a very good night going on.
You see Butterbean spun the tires a little bit, so that stalled the momentum of that 23. You see Thad Moffitt had a little bit of a run. Ooh, just barely caught the end of that pit wall.
And you're right, Regan. Heads up drive there by a lot of cars, especially LeVar Scott. It looks like Tyler Rife was going to come right across the nose of the 6 and take out a few more cars as he came off the wall.
Yeah, and you know, you see Thad there make a move to the right, and I don't believe Thad was doing anything malicious there. He realized that, hey, I'm going to be too low when I get here. Unfortunately, it looks to me, watching that, like he just misjudged it and misjudged when he came back across right here, how far up alongside he was. Yeah. And you know, it's certainly not intentional, right? He's not trying to wreck him in that scenario, but I know Tyler Rife's not going to appreciate that, as he shouldn't. It's the end of the race, and you're battling hard.
Eric Johnson Jr. in the 5 getting by, and here's Tyler wondering what caused that mess after a potential race winning ride is going to end up on the hook.
Well, we're going to have to do it all over again.
Well, the one guy that's happy about that as we sit here that we get another opportunity is going to be Brendan Queen, because Phil, you nailed it right away. Spun the tires. We saw that car jump sideways, and you know, now what he's got to be thinking about is, okay, did I pick the lane, the right lane? Did I pick the lane that I want? Maybe the bottom was a little dirtier than I thought down there. Maybe on these old tires, it doesn't have quite the grip in the launch. The other thing that he can be thinking about right now is maybe I got to buzz the tires just a little bit more. And what it means to buzz the tires is, as these guys come down the backstretch to get ready for green, they'll maybe put the car in second gear and they'll gas it up as hard as they can, spin the tires, clean them up, make sure all that rubber's off of them, get a little bit of heat, much like a top field drag racer would do before they make their passes.
Wrapping up our 6th caution of the race, getting set for our 2nd attempt at a one-lap shootout to the finish, and what's been a very eventful General Tire 150 right from the drop of the green flag. 2nd race in a row, bad luck for Isabella Robusto. Mechanical problem on the number 55 for the Venerini Motorsports team.
Yeah, all that fluid is important, I think, to that car.
That should be inside the car still.
Yes.
First caution for incident. Jake Bowman in the Bill McAnally number 19 lost the left front tire and went up into the wall in turn 1. He's still in the race and on the racetrack after they made repairs. And then a battle amongst teammates gone wrong after we see Trayton Lapsovich get up into Patrick Staropoli, and a great job by Patrick to keep it off the wall.
And those guys right now are running in the top 5. You see Tim Biens to bring out the caution as the white flag was displayed. the flag person had no choice but to put that caution flag out.
On the ensuing restart, it was Tyler Reif who got turned to the inside wall, so we are under caution number 6. And how about our top 5? Of course, we talked a lot about Brendan Queen and Brent Cruz tonight as the night has gone on, but Trayton Lapcevich running in 3rd position. Right now, this is his only scheduled ARCA Menard Series race, and he is trying to do everything he can to make the most of this opportunity. He's running in the 3rd spot. It appears as though he's been able to move past the contact with Staropoli. That's caused a little bit of damage on the right front of that car and rubbed away the General Tire lettering on that machine. But Lapcevich is someone who, as we said, very quick to learn and adapt to some of the toughest racetracks in the country. In 2024, he took his talents down here to the States. He ran very well on short tracks, and he's trying to prove it on a national stage right now. Thad Moffitt running in the 4th position. Patrick Staropoli, your top 5.
Well, looks like we're not, we may be a couple laps away from the cleanup being done.
And Patrick Staropoli jumping on the pit lane.
And that's unfortunate for him. We just talked about being in the top 5, and
got to be some sort of an issue for him to come down pit road. We're getting a report that there's going to be 2 to go at the line. Why don't we see if we can dial up Butterbean and see what he's thinking? Hey, Butterbean, this is a Fox booth. You got a copy?
It's on the bottom, and that's me.
That was his crew chief, Shane Huffman. Hey, Butterbean, Phil Parsons up in the Fox booth. You got a copy?
Hey, I got you.
All right, buddy, you've had a great race. Obviously, it looked like the bottom line didn't work as well as you have been restarting. What are you thinking for this next restart?
Yeah, I think we're in a dilemma on that. I feel like you got to go bottom to protect yourself here. Obviously, I didn't want to see that yellow just a little too tight, and I didn't do a good job on that restart, spun the tires. But I think we're gonna probably stick with it, try to protect the bottom here, not get split 3 wide, and hopefully have enough here. Man, I'd like to see it go to the finish there, but that's racing for you, and we'll give it all we got right here.
All right, buddy. Thanks for talking to us. Finish her off.
Thank you.
And Regan, he pretty much reiterated what you had said prior to the last restart. He has prioritized having the advantage or being able to control the race, hopefully by the time he gets to turn 1.
Yeah, and I like that move, and I liked it the first time. I like it this time as well, if indeed he stays on the bottom as he just told us he was going to do. He knows now he's got to be a little bit more cautious with that wheel spin. He knows now that he maybe have to clean him off, as I said a moment ago, and the mistakes that he made. Butterbean's an intelligent race car driver. He is going to fix those mistakes. It's not often that you get a second chance out there. He is getting a second chance, and keep the control of the race. Control what the guys around you are doing. If he launches the way that we would expect him to, then they shouldn't be able to get down to the inside, and he can dictate how far his car goes up in turn 1 if he needs it to.
Unfortunately, we've broken the record for the longest ARCA Menard Series race at Phoenix, surpassing 163 laps here with 1 still to go. And as we've said before, if another caution develops, he would have to hit the refresh button on this process as the pace car will head to the pit lane.
At least 1 more lap to go.
At least. Brendan Queen has elected the bottom for the 2nd restart in a row. Brent Cruz outside. Trayton Lapcevich inside row 2 with Thad Moffitt making up your front 4. We'll try it again. 1 lap dash to settle the General Tire 150 from Phoenix. Butterbean and Cruz bring us down for the restart. 1 lap to settle it.
Cruz is coming. Look at Lapcevich on the inside.
Lapcevich with a great drive to the bottom. 3 wide for the race lead as they go to turn 1. Butterbean washes wide as there's contact behind him off turn 2, and Butterbean has got the lead, but not by much. Final corner. Cruz trying to get to the bumper. He's to the inside. Here they come to the checkered flag. Queen off the wall, and Cruz is going to win on his Joe Gibbs debut at Phoenix. What a finish at Phoenix Raceway. third win of his ARCA Menard Series career in his 9th start. His last one came on dirt. His first one came on dirt. But for the first time in his ARCA career, Brent Cruz is going to grab a win on pavement, and he does it in his first start for Joe Gibbs Racing on the ARCA Menard Series side.
We saw Butterbean getting to the outside wall, but I don't believe there was any contact between the two cars.
Didn't think I saw anything, and quite honestly, Butterbean had a good restart, did what he needed to do in turns 1 and 2, took it up the banking just a little bit, and when they came off of turn 2, you could see them both run down to the bottom a little bit right there, and I don't know if that affected Butterbean's angle into the corner or maybe threw him off just a little bit, but they were down pretty low on the racetrack, and credit to Brent Cruz, right? He reset as they went into turn 3. He knew that his opportunity was going to be to get to the bottom and to try and root him up just a little bit there, and certainly when they did that, they were both in the gas, and Butterbean just appeared to jump the cushion just a little bit, but what a fantastic finish.
A decent jump by Brendan Queen on the bottom, but look at Brent Cruz from the outside. I thought Lapsevich was going to maybe grab that lead, but he couldn't quite hold the grip as he got down to the corner.
And this is where Butterbean appeared to have Cruz cleared off the corner. He slid up to take the spot. Cruz tucked in line. And this is where it got really close getting in the corner. And Phil, you're right. No contact front to back right until there.
Yeah,
they were both giving it all they had.
I would call no harm, no foul on that one. Just slight contact door to door.
Two drivers battling hard at the end of a race and both wanting the checkered flag. And, you know, great for us to watch. I'm sure Butterbean maybe doesn't love what happened in the middle of the corner right there. But, man, you got to go for it. And Brent Cruz getting to do the burnouts here.
This is likely going to be a theme that we're going to see between Cruz and Queen battling for top honors, not just in the ARCA Menard Series, but Brent Cruz, what was just announced just a few days ago as what is going to be a combined 9-race slate with him and Joe Gibbs Racing across all the ARCA Menard Series platforms. His next race is going to be at Rockingham with the E-Series, but he wins on the national side on the pavement for the first time in his very young ARCA career.